You're rebuilding your income from a rental kitchen table, and someone just told you to start an Etsy shop. Notice what just happened. You internalized a business model designed for someone with disposable creative time. Not you. This is the hidden architecture of side hustle advice. It assumes surplus hours. It assumes uninterrupted focus. It assumes you're not managing a household economy while trying to monetize a skill. Most side hustle frameworks are built for people without dependence. The income models, the time expectations, the growth timelines, all of it. And yet mothers keep entering these systems, hoping the next tutorial will solve the structural problem underneath. It won't, because the problem isn't your discipline. It's that the business model wasn't designed for a fragmented attention or cognitive load that resets every 2 hours. Let's observe what actually works, not what gets recommended. What survives contact with domestic reality? The first filter. Can you stop and start this income stream without losing momentum? That eliminates most creative product businesses, most service models that require client onboarding, most content strategies that depend on daily posting rhythms. What remains? Digital products with back-end automation, affiliate ecosystems that compound passively, licensing models, template libraries, recorded expertise sold on loops. These aren't passive income fantasies. These are structures that tolerate interruption, that don't punish you for disappearing during a sick week. The second filter. Does this model reward depth over volume? If your income requires you to produce more units to earn more money, you're still trading time, just in a different room. Depth-based income means your 100th sale is easier than your 10th, because the system learns. The audience filters itself. The content library grows without requiring your presence for each transaction. This is the difference between selling coaching hours and selling a recorded course. One scales with your depletion. The other scales with your absence. The third filter. Does this leverage knowledge you already own? Mothers are told to learn new platforms, master new skills, build new audiences from scratch. As if starting over is a neutral cost. It's not. Every new skill set is cognitive real estate. Time spent learning Facebook ads is time it's spent monetizing what you already understand about budget meal planning, or curriculum design, or operational systems. If you've managed a household for 5 years, you understand resource allocation, vendor negotiation, behavioral psychology, risk mitigation under constraint. That's not soft skill vocabulary. That's operational intelligence that corporate systems pay consultants to simulate. The fastest income comes from monetizing existing fluency, not building fluency to maybe monetize later. Fourth filter. Can you build this once and sell it repeatedly without customization? Custom work feels responsible. It feels like real business. But every custom delivery resets your earning ceiling. Because you can't scale personalization, you can only multiply your exhaustion. Productized services, fixed scope deliverables, templated solutions with minor variables. These let you serve more people without fragmenting further. Some creators use structured frameworks to avoid reinventing their process for every client. There are tools designed to organize repeatable offers. One example is in the description. This isn't about being cold. It's about protecting your operational capacity so you can serve more people, not fewer. Fifth filter. Does this income model let you disappear for 2 weeks without collapsing? If you can't take a break without losing your audience, your income, your credibility, you don't have a business. You have a dependency system with your name on it. Sustainable income for mothers isn't about grinding harder. It's about designing something that doesn't require you to be present every single day to keep it alive. That means automations, email sequences, evergreen funnels, pre-recorded delivery, affiliate structures that earn while you're offline. It also means rejecting the performance models that reward daily visibility. Because daily visibility he attacks on mothers that no one talks about. You're not failing because you can't post every day. You're failing because you chose an income model that penalizes interruption. Now let's talk about what doesn't work and why it keeps getting recommended anyway. Print-on-demand stores. Lovely idea, low overhead, creative freedom. But the income comes from driving traffic. Endless traffic, which means endless content production. Endless platform dependency, unless you already have an audience, or ad budget, or both. You're building a storefront in an empty desert and hoping someone finds it. Freelance service work, faster start, real income. But every dollar requires a new pitch, a new negotiation, a new onboarding process. You're not building equity, you're renting your time at slightly better rates. Social media content creation, high visibility, looks like progress. But the algorithm owns your reach, the platform owns your audience. You're building a following, not an asset. If the platform changes the rules, your income evaporates. And you have no recourse. YouTube ad revenue. Affiliate marketing, sponsored posts, these require massive volume before the math works. And volume requires time you don't have in useful blocks. The business models that work for mothers share one thing. They don't require real-time attention to generate real-time income. They separate creation from delivery, effort from earnings, presence from performance. This is what people mean when they say build assets, not products, not content. Assets that generate returns after the work stops. A course you recorded once. An email funnel that runs automatically. A template pack that sells while you sleep. A licensing agreement that pays quarterly without requiring updates. These aren't fantasies. These are structural choices. But they require a different entry strategy. You're not starting with scale. You're starting with one valuable thing. One piece of monetizable knowledge. One problem solved repeatably. And you're building a system around it. Not a content calendar. A system. That system includes a way for people to find you. A way to demonstrate value without giving everything away. A way to collect payments without manually processing every transaction. A way to deliver the solution without being physically present. Most mothers skip the system part. They jump straight to selling. And then wonder why it feels so manual, so exhausting, so unsustainable. Because you're not automating the boring parts. You're doing them by hand, every time. Let's get specific. What does this look like in practice? If you understand postpartum nutrition, you don't start a meal prep service. You create a 30-day meal template with shopping lists and macros. Sell it for $47. Deliver it via automated email. If you understand homeschool planning, you don't offer one-on-one consultations. You build a curriculum framework, record the walkthrough. Charge $97. Let people buy it at 3 a.m. without you waking up. If you understand budget systems, you don't become a financial coach. You create a budget tracker template, a debt payoff calculator, expense categorization guide. Sell the bundle, let it duplicate infinitely. You're not selling your time, you're selling your thinking once, and the income comes from distribution, not production. This is the recalibration. Stop looking for business ideas. Start looking for systems that don't require your presence to function. Stop optimizing for creativity. Start optimizing for replication. Stop chasing visibility. Start chasing leverage. Because leverage is what lets you earn more without working more. And that's the only model that survives motherhood. Most side hustles fail mothers, not because mothers lack discipline, but because the hustle was designed for someone without a second shift waiting at home. You're not the problem, the model is. So stop forcing yourself into frameworks that punish interruption and start building things that reward it. Build something that doesn't need you to be brilliant every day, just structured once. Build something that doesn't need you to show up, just something that keeps working when you step away. Build something that pays you for what you've already figured out, not what you're still trying to learn. This is economic sovereignty. Not working harder, working structurally. Notice the difference and act accordingly. Disclaimer: This content is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial, legal, or professional advice. Any business or income strategy requires careful consideration of your own circumstances. All product references are provided as examples and may include affiliate links that support this channel at no extra cost to you.